This is Octavius Miller, CEO, Westcoast Hip Hop Awards. I'm coming up. I Only Touch Greatness podcast. You better tune in. Yeah. And he put the conscious daughters out too, man.
Yeah,
Much
shout out to
love
the
to them,
conscious
man.
starters.
And I definitely got to send a shout out to Sugar T, man, because she been holding it down. The
Man, real
hosting,
one.
the hosting for me for the last 5 years, bro. She's been dedicated, with us, man, and I love her for that, man, because
Yeah.
she should be highly acclaimed and highly respected, and we do, and we're gonna keep pushing her, bro, because she's just dope. You
And
know,
still making tracks,
She's
man.
super nice to me every time I met her through you or talk to her online.
yeah, she's cool, man. Good
And
Once,
people.
she's
once again, man, the West Coast Hip Hop Awards, not to interrupt, though, and you mentioned Sugar T, man. This gentleman, Big Brother
you was
Ock,
just
man,
on
he
stage with
introduced.
Sugar, and well, he was just over
Yeah,
there with Sugar in the clique.
Right.
right. And that doesn't happen unless you go to the West Coast Hip Hop Awards. Not the
Right.
only way, but when you get introduced to Sugar T and then he walks off, he meaning Octavius, and then I'm sitting here with a West Coast icon, and we just vibing, and next thing you know, we stand in contact, and we doing great things, man. And Sugar is really puts in her work behind the scene, man, and it's just phenomenal to have been in that space with her. And it's all because of the West Coast Hip Hop Boys believing in
Facts.
each other and that camaraderie of working together, man. And my hat goes off again, and much respect to Octavius, because it doesn't happen like that unless you got that type of respect. Ever since I've
Yeah,
been
man.
there, this guy comes and, man, this is Ron from Louisville. This is Earl Tripp from Louisville. And the guy walks off, thinking, man, you're making connections, serious connections, man. And that's what the West Coast is about, man. I can
Right.
attest to that.
And
You know what I'm saying?
we need to get Pizzo soon too. Shout out to DJ
Yeah, DJ
Pizzo.
Pizzo. But I got
Yeah.
DJ Audio ain't gonna be with us this year, but we got
Yeah.
Grandmaster GMX. He's gonna DJ out of Spokane, man. He's a
Mm.
dope DJ, man. He's on the wheels of steel this year, and
Right.
I'm much appreciated to him, man, and welcome him on board, man. And it's all love, man. And I wish Audio all the love in the world, man. He's been by my side 17 years. I'm looking over like Michael was looking over for Jermaine and shit. He's like,
Yeah.
damn, nigga, where you at?
Like
Yeah,
Morris Day looking for
right,
Jerome. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. So it's all good, man. I wish him all the success,
Oh
man.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
Salute to
man, we
him.
do.
we gonna
Shout
keep it.
out to Audio, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
salute to him.
Yeah,
You
great
already know.
guy.
Salute to Audio.
Salute.
Salute to B. B said what's up too. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? He
B
wanted to make
style,
sure.
yeah,
You
man. B
know,
style need to come up, man.
I know.
And happy heavenly birthday to his sister, man. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
today or
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yesterday.
yeah,
Yep. Happy
yeah.
heavenly birthday, Missy B.
Melissa,
Yeah.
Melissa.
Oh my God, man, she was
Yeah,
so cool, and that's why I just feel like, damn, it's so many that's been so lost. Like, you know what I
that's what
mean?
I'm saying, man. That's
So
that,
many.
but just that's what the award show is for you to come there and heal. Like
Right. Right.
we can talk about everybody that passed and that's
Correct.
not with us no more. You know what I mean? We can get that off our chest because a lot of people didn't get to mourn Pac. They didn't get to
Yeah.
mourn Biggie. They didn't get to mourn Mac Dre and
No.
Easy E and come here and do it. Nasty Ness, come
Right.
do it, man.
And you really
Nasty,
get a right celebration with those artists.
yeah.
And a lot of those artists didn't even get the right celebration either. You know what I
They
mean?
did, but the video that you did, bro, that video had everybody in tears, bro, because
That,
it
Wow.
showed all the people that we lost, Kobe, even his daughter, man, they were that, bro, that video,
that's,
that video was
Thank
man,
so good. And you got to add a
you.
couple more people to it. You know what I'm saying? That's the coldest part
And
about it.
that's
You
one
know,
thing I love doing because I know
man, we know that. Yeah,
how much
man.
that means. You know what I'm saying? How much that means to the culture and to us in general. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so glad because I've been wanting to go to the West Coast Hip Hop Awards just because of remembering what their little brother, you know what I'm saying, QB, seeing, B, and he was like, "Oh my God, yo, my brother just won. My brother just." He kept talking about that the whole
Yep.
fucking year, and he
But he
was
was
just
so
like, you
dope.
could
He
tell
was
that
so dope. He's so dope, though.
he,
That's it.
he's
See,
dope as a
he
motherfucker.
deserved it, though. That's the thing, man. People be like, "Well, who
Yeah,
is this guy? And who is this guy? And who is this
yeah,
guy?" Right?
yeah.
They don't know him verbatim, because they not on the radio. They,
Radio, right,
I gonna charge you $1 million to get on there. I don't care what,
right,
But I'm just saying, when people Google them or they look for them and find their music, they be like, "Oh my God, I didn't know they was that dope." You know what I mean? And
yeah,
then they understand why they won, or why they. I'm not just picking random people. We
right,
actually listen to the music.
right,
I tell people, they like, "Well, you can I get in now?" I say, "Listen, everybody that's trying to get in now is for 2027." Because
right,
these are the people that I've been voting on and been listening to their music for a whole year. And the panel that we got, they just regular people that love music, and they the ones that pick it. It ain't me. I ain't picking nobody. I let the people pick it. And
right,
so when they figure
What
that
they
out, they like,
do,
man, they like, oh man, I didn't know they was that dope. They find gems, they find different artistry that they didn't know about, and they're like, oh man, I'm a new fan now. And
right,
so I love doing that. I love helping artists get new fans, man, and be able to
right,
take care of themselves. I don't want no starving artists.
right,
That's a cliche thing to say, man, but
right.
man, nobody should be starving to do art. You know
No,
what I'm
they
saying?
shouldn't.
You
And
know,
that
it,
and that's why I loved it because I knew how much that meant to him, and he's not even here. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just like, I could tell he always wanted to do what B and Melissa did. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And
right,
also, that's what made him want to rap. Because I even wanted to be a rapper at one point. Whenever he rapped, I just stopped rapping because he passed. You know what I mean?
right.
And it wasn't the same because it was just like, yo, but that's how I tell people. I'm like, that's how I carry his history, and I do this podcast. I love doing this because it's and talking to y'all because that's something that he would have did. You know what I mean? And that's
Exactly.
why I was like, the West Coast Hip Hop Awards, most definitely, I gotta show up because that's what he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Because that now
Exactly. Exactly.
that B, you know what I'm saying? It's always good to have that real genuine, support, especially for the culture, because that's what's missing right now. It's missing because of
Yes.
balance. You know what I mean? Without
Yeah.
balance,
Yeah.
you ain't got nothing but the same watered down shit. You know?
Same stuff, man. And
man.
they
That's
don't, they
I
play the
don't.
same 20 songs on the radio all day every day. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
Repeatedly.
that's because the labels pay them to do that. You know what I'm saying? I want a variety of music. I listen to a lot of I got a different,
I'm glad you saying that too, bro, because and it's just because nowadays a lot of people think, okay, if you're the top guy, and no disrespect to Kendrick or nobody who's in that top, but they also forget the skill set. You know what I'm saying? They only want to look at the numbers.
right,
Like
right.
now, and it's just not even just the numbers. Now it looks like mainstream thinks that they're better than independent and underground scene, which it didn't do that, back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
it was so much coming out, you didn't have time to just nitpick. You know what I mean? Whatever's
Right.
good for
right.
you was
Yeah,
good for you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.